What's going on, boys and girls? Well, as you can plainly see, it's doing a little bit of raining here in Greenville. And it's raining in Tuscaloosa, Alabama as well. Raining idiots. So many of you already know about Butch Jones being hired as an intern, an offensive analyst, and I was reading an article on that whole situation today, and he's making a whopping $35,000 per, I don't know if that's per year, per season, per screw up, per whatever, but that's what he's making, 35 grand. My, how the mighty have fallen, you might say. So, I didn't know this, but Steve Sarkisian started at Alabama as an analyst, and their current offensive coordinator, whose name escapes me right now, also started as an offensive analyst. Apparently that's the popular thing down in Tuscaloosa, and it's working for these guys that are getting these jobs. We shall see if it will work for Mr. Butch Jones. What the hell? I'm wondering if he's going to get down there and see how things are operated at Tuscaloosa and think to himself, now this is how a championship organization is ran. Well, if he thinks that, he's an idiot, because he was the one running the organization in Knoxville. So that tells me that he don't know how to run a championship organization. Well, that and the fact that he went 0-8 last year in the SEC. The only Tennessee coach to ever do that. Congratulations, another trophy to add to your collection, Mr. Jones. I can't help, as a Tennessee fan, but to feel bitter about how this all turned out. And I know, we're supposed to move on. Forget the past, look to the future, all that good stuff. But when you're a proud program like Tennessee, and you see where your program is, it is very hard to forget about the past and move on with the future, because as it stands right now, as Tennessee fans, we have to go way back in the past to enjoy anything. And the prospects, looking at this roster right now of Tennessee returning to prominence and or dominance anytime soon, not very good. Now, clearly, I think Tennessee can and will have a better season this upcoming season than they had last year, but, what does that mean? Does that mean 5-7? Does that mean 6-6? Personally, I think 7-5 is the ceiling for this next season, and that's very unusual for me. I'm usually the overly optimistic Tennessee fan, and hang in there, folks. There's still plenty of time for me to turn back into that. It's just that right now, I'm damaged goods as a Tennessee fan. And I do enjoy seeing all the younger Tennessee fans that I'm seeing online and, whatever, because that means that we're still able to get some fans coming in, and not just because they're bandwagon fans. You can't be a bandwagon fan of a team that went 4-8 last year. That just makes no sense. So that's one thing these kids won't have to worry about, being called bandwagon fans. So I just wanted to drop a short vid about the whole Butch Jones thing, and I just think it's funny, that, well, no, you know what, actually, there's nothing funny about that situation whatsoever. At all. Period. Time to move on, I guess. Well, it's been past time to move on as Tennessee fans, but man, where is it ever going to place us if we continue? I don't even know where I was going with that. I completely lost my train of thought. I'm looking at this nearly sideways rain coming down now. That is sideways. There's no nearly to it. Getting sideways. Anyway, we'll holler at y'all here shortly. Trying to get back into the video making mood.